I'm Sarah Intonato, and today we are talking about a subject which I receive a lot of questions about. And as we are transitioning now from a beautiful, warm, humid summer into a drier, cooler autumn season, the questions always start about now of how do you keep your practice going when the weather gets cold, when the weather changes? I've had students over the years tell me how not only are the colder months uncomfortable in their practice, but they feel so stiff and they feel so tired that they decide they're not going to make progress through the winter. So for many people, especially if you live in a colder climate, that's like 5 or 6 months where people have decided, oh, I can't make progress during that time because it's too cold, my body's too stiff, I'm too tired and I need more sleep, I'm not bendy enough, etc. And this is not true. You don't have to halt your progress during the colder months. You do have to set up your practice and support it a little bit differently. So this is what we're discussing today, but you can and you will make progress in your yoga practice every month of the year, no matter what season you're in, if you dig deeper into your toolbox and have everything that you need ready to go to help you on your path. So yeah, yoga feels great in the summer. It's humid, you can leave your windows open, you might even practice outside. You feel really bendy and sweaty, so the detoxification process is happening easily. As a result, you feel light and strong and great. The sun's out in the morning, so it's easier to get up. It's warm, you don't have to bundle up on your way to the studio. What's not to love about that? But just because that's changing now doesn't mean your practice has to come to a halt, or your progress has to come to a halt. So I always recommend that you start by taking a cue from Ayurveda. Ayurveda is the sister science of yoga. It's the Indian system of ancient medicine. And like yoga, it still exists because it works. So first, shift your eating to a more seasonal-based diet. So as the weather gets colder, make sure you're eating enough warm foods. Use warming spices, avoid cold beverages, drink warm teas, etc. It might even be the perfect time of year for you to do a cleanse. I love doing a cleanse as the fall weather comes in to just shift out those old summer patterns and embrace new ones. So cleanses don't always have to be about weight loss. It's usually better when they're not. But they're more about mindfulness in this case and about connecting to the rhythms of Mother Nature around you. So a wonderful book, if you need a reference on how to eat with the seasons, is The 3-Season Diet by John Douillard. And he is an Ayurveda practitioner and discusses how you can find an easy way of eating seasonally within your environment. And it's not just eating foods that are growing that time of year, which is an important thing, but also at certain times of day when your digestive fires are most stoked and able to support your metabolism and your digestion. Sleep also needs to change a little bit as the days get colder and the nights get longer. Don't be surprised if you need a little more sleep. It's common. So just like animals hibernate in the winter, don't beat yourself up if that's your natural tendency. I love practicing at 4:30 or 5 in the morning. It's my favorite thing to do when the weather is warm. When the weather is cold, not so much. I would rather wake up, have some tea, get into a little bit of movement first so I'm a little warmer, and then jump on my mat. So these are cues that we have to take from Mother Nature. A wonderful Ayurveda tool which you can use now easily in your own home is the practice of Abhyanga, daily oil massage on your body. And as the weather gets colder, you want oils that are going to help your body retain its natural heat. And sesame oil is a great oil for any body type to use. And you just massage it all over your skin, especially on your joints, especially if you're sore on certain muscles. Leave it on for 30 minutes at least, and then shower it off. But it's a great way to not only keep your skin from getting dry, but also keep your nerve endings lubricated, your muscles lubricated, and everything working well as the weather dries out. So last tip for Ayurveda practice, but really you should do every day, take a hot shower before your practice. As the weather gets colder, you'll want that heat, and it also opens your pores up so that detoxification process will happen faster. If you're like me and you don't really sweat when the weather gets cold, this is a vital point because it will help to keep the pores open and the detox process happening, which is a really important part of yoga. Also, if you are feeling a little grouchy with your practice around the change in seasons, take a look at your practice space. You might need to make some updates. So it might be time to bring that space heater upstairs. If you don't have one, invest in one. You do your practice every day. Every day. Just like you sleep on your mattress every night so you want a good quality bed, you want to have a good quality practice. So invest in things which help you. Obviously a good mat, obviously comfortable clothing, but don't neglect the temperature piece. Get a good space heater if you need one. Invest in a humidifier if you don't have one. The weather's getting dry, your body's going to want that moisture. So it might mean investing in some money and putting that into your room to make it more inviting. Maybe even an essential oil diffuser to not only make it smell nice, but diffuse some oils that help support your body in the change of seasons. I know cedar oil is a great oil which helps transition time from one season to another. So you can always diffuse that if that helps you, and really make your practice space a little more thoughtful and a little bit more special so that you want to spend some time in there instead of walking into a cold, dark, dry room. So if you have some seasonal affective things, maybe the right lighting is important to you as well, and get some sun simulating lights for that room or even for your bedroom to wake up in the morning. Don't be afraid as the seasons change to invest in your own self-care and support. So as life gets busy and we're back in the school rush now, invest in some private lessons or retreats if you need to. If you know you're home alone, in your little practice space especially, and you don't have those constant injections of inspiration, you're gonna have to book some in your calendar. And if you do, just knowing that that date is coming is going to make you more accountable when you're home alone. So it makes those self practices more motivated, more inspired, knowing that you have some inspiration coming. And then of course, when you have that check-in time with your teacher, that investment in your learning and practice and self-care, that will carry you over until the next one. So it makes your at-home practice much more fulfilling after that. And even if you're going to a studio and you're finding a little bit of drudgery in that routine, step away. It's a completely different experience when you pull back and invest in your well-being, whether it's in the form of a retreat or going to India to study like I do. Whatever is right for you, there is no right or wrong. But to think that you can do it all alone without any doses of inspiration, I think is a little bit silly. No man is an island, and we all need support on our path. And if you're not sure where to find one, I always have new retreats updated on my page. Jump in there and see what's on the schedule. Email me if you're in a different part of the world or you can't make one of those. I'm always happy to support you and provide you with the resources that you need. And the last tip I have for you today, as you embrace a practice during the change of seasons, is to check your mindset. Just do today. You don't have to have a huge plan in place for the next 6 months if that's not working for you yet. Do today, see what makes your practice effective today. If it's not effective, evaluate what you need to change. Do that, and then do it again tomorrow. And just by that practice of keen observation, you will notice changes within you. If you go into your practice with the mindset of, oh, winter is going to be really brutal, guess what? Your winter practice is going to be really brutal. If you go in with the mindset of, I'm going to do my best today and see what works and see what needs to change and learn from it, and then make those changes I need to make, your practice is going to be great. It's all about learning anyway. It's not about being perfect. So I hope these tools are helpful for you. I know what it's like to practice during a cold New York winter. So if you need support, please reach out to me. I'm here to help. Have a beautiful day. Get on your mat. Namaste.